Well, hello everyone and welcome to Crust. I've been looking forward to this one for a while. I don't know if you saw me play it about a year ago on the channel or just a little bit less, but we did play the demo when it was out, and this is now the early access release that you'll have your hands on in a couple of days. So we're going to get straight stuck in. So just whilst we're loading in, I just want to say if you like Surviving Mars and Factorio or Satisfactory, it's kind of a blend of the two. It's a baby of the two. So you're effectively building a civilization on the moon.
HB-11 capsule is delivered to the launch pad. Ready for ascent. Over. Copy that. Start the launch procedure.
Platform 1 is ready for launch. Over.
Launch control. Initiating countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. Elevated to home station 1. Capsule HB-11 has begun its ascent. Stand by to receive. Over.
Hook 1 to elevator, ready for receiving. Over.
Destination Moon, base MT4. Docking gateway provision priority. Highest. Coast crossing route. Always in favor of HB-11. Priority launch and landing has been approved by Crust.
Alpha team, get ready to head back home. Over. Watch yourself out there. Lunar night is coming. Stand by, Alpha team. We've got visitors.
Mayor Tranquilitatis Logistics to incoming transition. Please state your
Right,
intentions.
I'm just going to go ahead and skip this. So it's basically going to get rid of all this so we can start the tutorial. It's basically them just talking, saying, let me build, let me not build. And it's based on the tutorial. There we go. So we're going to land these two pods. I'm going to hit play and we're going to go through. And look at this game, man. You got this full photo mode. We can watch as they come in. It's gorgeous. I love it. It gives proper Surviving Mars vibes, but on the moon, man. And our little drones coming out. All right, so it wants us to crack on and build some solar panels. So first of all, we're going to grab these, and then the highlight sites are over here. So I'm going to do it. I know where they are anyway. I've done this. Same as the demo back in the day as well, as part of the tutorial. And then it is going to ask us to build some batteries as well, so I'll get those in. And we'll wire them all up. So you've got this little wire tool. You have to wire up your electronics. This is where the satisfactory bit comes in. Hold shift to kind of do them all. Got some absolute bangers in here. Just quickly double checking the stream mode is on. But welcome yourselves in, guys. If you don't know who I am Alonzi, and I play all things city builder, simulation, those types of things as well. I'd look for the biggest and best. And I want to give a quick shout out to VM Studio for the key here to get to try this out early. Really, really appreciate you and thank you. All right, we'll go to 2x whilst they build this one out. Yeah, as you can see, I think Captain of Industry has a very similar style to this on a factory kind of builder game, but it blends colony builder with factory builder. So it's pretty in-depth when you get down below, which I'll show you in a moment. Let's get rid of this. Just asking for the batteries now, which we are already putting in. And then we need the charging station. And we'll wire all this into the grid. So I should be able to pop that into the grid there. Beautiful. Now, whilst we're waiting for that to build, we'll just run over a bit of this. These are our money. We have a power. And the battery's charging. We've got water, oxygen, so when we get people living here. We've got drones, population,
Really know how to build.
CPU capacity. Go away. We'll go on there in a minute. I've wired it up already is what it's asking for. We got reputation and then science points over here. And that's what's down into research over here when we unlock it to do that. Press tab to switch to underground. And this is where you kind of get into the mining side of thing. So it wants us to do a drone reconfiguration module. So I'm going to start with that baby right here. Get that in nicely there. And they'll go up and down and they'll bring the resources from the top and then I'll tab back down. And they'll bring it into here. And there they are, the last bricks coming in, and then they'll all go ahead and start to build that one. And we're going to turn these guys into miners here.
Now.
Already done that. And then we're going to convert
Pardon my curiosity, but how are you going to extract
5 of our
lunar
drones
regolith
into
with
miner
cargo
drones.
robots?
So it takes from your
I'm
normal
far from a
drones into
robotics
that.
expert.
And we're going to go in.
Robert, to
And you've got to
answer
go
your
into
question,
the mining
we were
stuff here. I'm just going to get rid of this.
Right.
Right, you have all these blocks. Go away. You have all of these blocks here. And basically what you need to do, you can change the brush size of them. You can take one at a time. 2, 3. You basically paint an area and your miners will go and dig it out. It's pretty cool. So you can kind of carve up how you want the underground to be. And this is where you'll start to live and stuff as well. And you can produce little pods of electricity and all that, and oxygen, all that sort of stuff. And there's different elements. As you can see, there's silicon deposit there, there's iron deposit, but each have a little bit of everything, you know. We're just got to excavate 50 cells of regolith. This is all regolith. And what they'll do is we'll continue campaign. That's basically the tutorial. So what they'll do is grab all this. Oh god, what's happening? Something's happening.
This is an emergency broadcast. We have detected an imminent asteroid collision with the moon's surface. We are currently assessing the extent of the damage and the number of casualties. At this moment, our teams are working tirelessly to restore communication with lunar outposts. For those still on the moon, be aware that we are mobilizing all available resources to assist you. Conserve your energy and ration your supplies until further notice. Additional information will be provided as the situation unfolds. Stay tuned for updates. Over and out.
So we've pretty much just been wiped out by some kind of asteroid. Yeah, asteroid hits the moon.
What's happening? Director, you could have done
I
it
am
more
going to
quickly.
skip through some of
Spare me
these,
the
by the way.
worry.
But yeah, it looks
Robert,
like basically have killed
there
everyone.
appear to be
No
We
survivors.
should-
Alright, so it wants us to install batteries and solar panels to get this thing going. So we now have the ability to kind of choose where we want to build, because everything's been wiped out. So it's kind of the introduction. You can salvage these 4 parts, but you need to research salvage. So we're not going to be able to do that just yet. But what I'm going to do then is get going with this power grid. So we want to start where we want our first bit here. And up top is very much a lot of that to get going anyway. So we're going to go with as close as I can together. We're going to go 5. And then the batteries we want on a separate kind of grid. We're going to go backwards with those, and we'll just pop the batteries here as well. Just going to pop a pole in the middle so we have them and they can all connect up. There we go. We got our first bit of electronics set up. That'll be ready. And then we're going to want to repair that one as well. So we'll get all these drones working on that. We do have 12. So we'll work on getting this done first and we'll hit play. So they'll go out and grab these, what little resources we have left. So you hover over each one. There's all different types of things. Circuitries, all that. And they'll go ahead and build this. You've got to be very scarce with your silicon. So we want to try and research that salvage one as early as possible so we can actually do this. But I am going to try and keep the power installation as low as possible because actually it uses 4 silicon as well. Bricks are easy to get and metal's easy enough, or steel's easy enough to get from down the bottom. But the silicon's a little... Well, you can get it, but it's better just to try and be scarce with it early on, I think. We'll have some fun watching them build. You can get some really cool screenshots with this. You can go all the way down into a crashed moon. Look at this. Very, very impressed by their photo mode. It's so important in games these days, I think. And they're just building the batteries out. Looks incredible. There we go. First bit of power grids going in. So once the day hits, as you can see, you've got a cycle up here. So you've got your day and month, and then year up here, and then your time. And then the bit below it is the dark side. So on the moon, it's obviously different to the Earth. It's not a day cycle. So it's like 2 weeks is a day, that type of thing. So you have to prepare for the darker times, if that makes sense. So we should start to see the batteries going up when the sun's back in, which is now. It's already asking me to repair the elevator, which we have done already. Then we just want to build a charging station. So I'll put this completely opposite of the elevator and we'll get that patched in. Okay, so contracts available. There's this thing in here in the journal, by the way. There's the section where you get quests, encyclopedia, achievements, and statistics. That's all down here in the journal. And then you have this colonist assignment tab, so you can kind of change who does what. It's quite in-depth. Convert drones into mining drones. All right, job done. They can go mining then. So once they're in, we should be good. extract iron oxide and extract silicon. Yep. So what we can do on these ones here, you see this silicon deposit and this iron deposit, we can manually, you manually right click it, you click this mine thing here, and then you can assign drones straight to it, and they'll go out and work on that one, right? And I'm going to do the same over here.
Objective achieved.
There you go, and they'll go ahead and start sucking up the resources manually without an extractor. And they'll bring those over to the smelting furnace over here. So that's the pressing module, sorry, over to the smelting furnaces. So we've got one that's doing iron and one that's doing silicon, as you can see here. And there we go. We've got to produce some steel, produce silicon. So we're going to wait for them to bring it over. And this one right here is where they're putting the all-use regolith, and they're just putting the regolith we use from mining into this pressing module that then creates bricks. So it's being fed from this bulk resource storage. So they're dumping the resources into this and then it's feeding into the machine. So you can fully automate this when you've got the resources and research done as well. We'll just wait for the silicon to produce. Takes a little while. We'll speed it up. So like all your factory builders as well, each section has its required. So in 1 minute, every 9 pieces of iron oxide can be put into 3 steel bars. So 9 to 3 every 1 minute. Silicon's the same. You have silicon oxide to silicon. It's 3 every minute, basically, if you've got it at 100% efficiency. And just whilst we wait, I'm going to excavate a little bit of this so they go and pop it into there as well. So our remaining 2 miners, if we had them, would go and do that. And here we go. They're now doing it. So it's exactly what we've gone on to do. So they want us to produce smart concrete, which is done inside this pressing module. So they're putting the regolith they find into this, right? And then they're popping into here, and it's every 10 regolith makes 2 brick or smart concrete every 1 minute. So what I'm going to do is reduce the amount we've got into here just to speed this up. We'll go down to 2 there and 1 in there, and then the rest will go mining over here and moving stuff over. Basically, they're your main 3 production chains, right? You're always going to need smart concrete, steel, and silicon to get your absolute basics up and running, and that's what this basically starts you with in the campaign. If you weren't sure, it's the tutorial takes you straight into the campaign. So I highly recommend going that route as well. There's a full sandbox mode, and the sandbox mode basically just chucks you straight in onto a crater in the moon, and you just go wild. I did have an hour on that as well. It is quite complicated, so you got to be careful you don't do it wrong. So I wanted to learn the game a bit more with the campaign. I know the basics, as you can see, but we're going to learn as we go and have some fun with it, right? So let me know your thoughts, guys, down below as well as we're playing. And if you haven't already, do hit the thumbs up. It really helps me. And subscribe if you aren't already on the channel as well. If this gets a lot of traction, I am more than willing to do a full playthrough and would love to actually do it. So if you guys like it, we'll go with that. There you go. They've pumped this storage full of it now. So, sorry, the storage holds 4,000, but the machine itself's getting fed it anyway. We've got loads of it, so we can like leave that doing its thing. They've got enough in there. We'll probably go back to getting a bit more iron here. Oh, here we go. So we're going to go through the contract system. No problem. All right. Just going to show you here at the moment. So we've got, there's quite a few things. So like surviving Mars, let me come back in so you can kind of see. So once you're on here, if you click this little icon down here, you can go explore the surface of the moon. And this is like expeditions, right? And you can go all around. And then there's this bit here. So this little icon that allows you to go into transports, expeditions, all that sort of stuff, right? Which we can't do yet. We don't have the availability to, but I just wanted to show you that. And there we go. Once we have access to research, we can then research the commerce center, and that's where we can unlock contracts and trade and stuff.
There should be enough smart concrete.
Okay. So we've got our concrete. As you can see now, the power is going down because we're coming into the dark phase of the moon as well. Commander of the Hope 2 orbital station, the station has sustained severe damage. I repeat. Okay. Thank you, sir. Sorry, guys. I don't want it to be boring and just read through each of these. So I'm just listening to the basics and seeing what it's saying. And then it should pop up anyway. All right, here we go. So Crust is going to accommodate the Survive 2 Hope crew, blah, blah, blah. You will lose access to the FASM contract for which the corporation is willing to pay up front. So reward is research or 100,000 credits. High difficulty. I'm going to go with this one because it's normal difficulty. We want the money, right?
Crust is capable of organizing a
I'll take the offer. Over and out.
Well,
All right, so here we have it. Research underground mining. Complete the research to build the extractor. So we'll open the research tree. Go away. So you've got these 3 things here. This is what I wanted to show you. You've got fundamentals. So landing platform, automatic repair, drone upgrade, excavation speed, medium solar panel, and fuel generator. Then you've got engineer. and social. So social's where you can start with the living quarters and stuff. I'm not going to touch that yet. So we've got regolith pressing already unlocked and smelting furnace. And then we've got geophysical prospecting, conveyor belts, underground mining, and regolith refinery. And it wants us to do underground mining. So we're going to come in and stick the research on this one, which is pretty much going to be automatic. And then it wants us to build extractors on the iron and silicon veins over here. Wow, they've improved this from the demo massively. I'm just going to open this out with the remaining miners, by the way. So we've got a bit of space. So as you can see, it's ticking up down here, 65%. We're going to speed up, get that one finished. And there we go. Before we do anything else, we're going to go into the next research because you want it to actually do it anyway. So we're going to go into geophysical prospecting. So it's 4.5 days. And then what we're going to do is come into here and we are going to get the regolith extractors down. There we go. We want 9 out of 9 on those cells. So we're covering the whole thingy. And then we'll get another one over here. And we'll put it that way because that's 9 of 9 that way as well. And then we're going to grab the electric wire here, and if we do this, you can basically pull the wires to the distance that they can go. So we'll go to there and then to there, and we'll connect all these into the grid. That's that one, and then we'll do the same this way, and that's all of that wired up when they build it, and we should be good to go. All right, first one going up. There we go. There's our first ore extractor. It's a little bit dark underground. Well, that's fine. That's the one on the iron, so that's going to start pumping out this regolith here, and this regolith actually contains 45% iron, 40% slag, so you need to process it. Alright, so it wants to research single regolith factory, which is actually this one, so we'll cancel that. Alright, so that research has been completed. Sorry, I'll just show you what I did, so I'll just come back up. You can actually cancel it. So we were researching this, right, but then it queues up, so you have this. If you click on it, it cancels it, so we have that. I'm going to wait to research things until it tells me what it wants. But we've got the regolith refineries. So we want to extract the ores from these guys. So I'm just going to let that one pump. And we're going to come in. I'm just going to slow down to 1x. And we're going to come in to the single regolith factory. So it's main module for primary regolith processing. Refines regolith and extracts required types of oxide from it. Can only extract from one type of oxide at a time. Just going to pop it here. We might move things around eventually. I'll do the same over here as well. Thank you. You can basically feed the slag out into this that you don't want. And then we're getting out the ingredients that we do. So in this case, oh, well, I'll set you. In this case, that's the iron deposit, right? So we're going to want choose a production scheme, iron oxide. So it'll produce 2k slag for every 180 iron oxide based on the ratio we're getting from this, I think. Or is that what it can produce? But the ratio what we get in is determined by the pureness of the vein down here. So that regolith will come in from here into there. And then same again over here. We're going to have that one as silicon oxide. So I'm going to go ahead and research the conveyor belt. So that should be done by the time we do this as well. So we're not wasting these science points here because we get plus 100. And then we'll connect these into the grid. I'll probably go with that one, actually. Now, each thing you build does cost money, so do keep that in mind. Now, when you first get going, it is going to be a little bit ugly, a little factory downstairs, because you've got to factor in all this that's going to be in the way. I am going to go ahead and get rid of this in the meantime, though. You've got this thing called that. There's a different ore here that you can't get rid of until you research it as well. And there you go. So for this one, they're going to manually bring the regolith over to do it. Same with this one. But we're going to need the conveyor belts is what they're asking for. So we're researching that already, which is great. And then we're going to automate the iron and silicon production from these two nodes. I do love a good factory game. I'm not I'm not amazing at them. Some people are incredible at them. But I can get them running, you know. That's the main thing. Never efficient and perfect without a good calculator. But there we are. All right, we have the conveyor belts. So we've got this little button down here. Conveyor Mark 1. Regolith comes out of here. And we basically want it to come into here. And then we'll build. So our first one is done. And then we're going to do the same from over here into here. Now it will automatically do it unless you manually kind of select how you want it. I'm going to change this. I'm going to come all the way up. I'm going to go a bit more straight here. There we go. And we're going to build that one. So we should have automatic from this. As you can see, out comes our regolith from this one. And that will go and get processed inside. Sorry, hit my mic. That will go and get processed inside of here, which should be useful for us here. And same over here as well. You see it coming in. So these will start clogging up and we'll set up the main things what we want to do at the moment. But the thing is we want to automate that. So we should see it coming in. And then inside of here, it will try and feed out iron oxide from this, which we can process in here. So what we want to do is basically automate conveyor belt with the iron oxide coming out to then go into this one. And then same over here, we're going to want to automate that going into there. And it does give you a little indicator. So all our iron is automated now, and that will smelt into here. Now, the next thing I would typically do at this point... Yep, over and out. Land rover. Select the landing site for the cargo pod of the landing rover. We need to actually research the landing platform. Though we don't have that research yet. Single regolith refinery update. I'm going to do that. I'm going to slowly research it. So if we go upstairs, we've got this cargo pod that we can drop in now. I'm just going to pop it down here. So they'll drop in the thing that they said they're giving me. I could probably get a charging module downstairs, would make more sense as well, so they don't have to keep going down the elevator. But there we have it. There's our rover. So we can scout the moon. Right, send the rover outside the base. So we're going to have leave the base, and it'll go off and explore for us anyway. It'll go on out and about. I'm going to go downstairs whilst that's doing that, just to make sure this is all processing. So we're going to need some power. Our batteries are running out. We're almost into the daytime here, so I'm going to work on getting some of that, because we've got a good amount of goodies coming in. So we're going to come into storage here, and we're going to have either single resource storage coming into here. So you've only got these at the moment, but we're going to want to feed these in, and I'm going to have one in each.
Objective achieved.
Just going to pop it there for now. I actually want to mine out this area, so I can do this. I'm going to cancel that. And then what we can do is get a conveyor belt going into there. So we want to select resources. Is going to be steel. I actually didn't want to do any of that. And then we're going to build that into there. And then all steel, as it's produced, will feed off there, as you can see, coming out into our little storage here. So we're going to have a nice single resource storage up to 512 in there. And once they've mined this out, I'll do the same for this one. All right, moon. Switch to the global map. Here we go. So we have the rover. I'm guessing it wants us to go to that. Investigate the repeater over here. Very nice. And that's how you kind of unlock this, which is very cool. A nice touch to the game is that. So we're going to take 12 days to actually examine that. That's fine. So we're going to work on a little bit of the base. And I'm actually going to go ahead and get another couple of solar panels.
We need to hurry up to avoid damaging our reputation as a reliable supplier.
We have enough resources for this, so it's no problem whatsoever. I'm going to keep this on the chain like that. And I'm also going to do the same with the batteries. And if you hold shift, you can drag it along like that as well, which is a nice quality of life thing there. Same again. Boom. So we'll get a nice big power grid going. Right, we're back into the day. It's asking, obviously, to do that, but we're good. So we're going to go into researching the landing platform now. So I'm going to come off this one. We're going to go fundamental, and we're going to go landing platform. So just a talk and overview of the research. It's got a really good tutorial, by the way. You don't have to have the tips on. I'm leaving them on because there are some things I would have forgot from when I played the demo, and some things are more advanced. So anyway, this bit's been cleared out now, so we can get another little storage. I don't want to skip too much early on, guys, so you can get a proper feel for what like the game is all about. I would love to get into the living stuff with you. That would be incredible. And then we're going to select that one as silicon. So we have fully automated silicon and iron production now, which is great. Nothing too special. I've put that a little bit too far back, actually. That's going to bug me a little bit. Don't recommend playing these games if you are a perfectionist. It can be, well, I can recommend it for that reason, but you can obviously frustrate yourself quite easily. There we go. I'm happy. And let me just expand this full panel so you can kind of see. So each has your resources, so your oxides and stuff come down here. Then you got components and all that as well. It's quite big. So the game has a lot to offer. I'm really happy it's coming into early access with so much to offer. It's such a nice thing. So it's going to take a little while to research that, but we're going to continue building. And I'm actually going to go ahead and get a charging station downstairs as well. We shouldn't need the drones downstairs that much other than to bring this in. So what we can do from these, you see how these are creating slag? You can actually use that later on to do something with it. At the moment, we could steal from these regoliths and put it into here, but we're not going to. I'm going to keep the concrete as manual. We've got more than enough resources on the smart concrete for now. And they haven't got anything else to do, so that's fine. I'm just going to get them to keep filling this up. Machine's really full anyway, so... And we'll keep mining out as we wait as well, just to make a nice big area to actually build on underneath. Because as I say, we're going to need living quarters and stuff down here eventually as well. There we go, a nice big block. Gives them lots to do. There's some really cool ones in here like this. Drone upgrade. Oxide mining rates are 25% quicker if you want to manually do it. Excavation speed's really good research as well. It's going to take a little while to do though. I definitely want to try and get into these better solar panels and stuff eventually. Have a little look one. This one's a good one as well, so I'm going to pop that in afterwards. It only takes 4 days, and that's how you scan all. We've got one there that we want to scan.
Mr. Ratchet,
All right, here we go. So heavy hauling. Fix the cargo truck and pick up the resources. Repair the cargo truck and report to Crust about resources. We don't need the resources. I'm going to repair it and send to them. So we need to research and get this going. Not enough resources repair. So we need 2 components and 45 steel. Yes, we don't need enemies. So we will try and repair that. Over and out. Okay, so the special task is get navigation data. So find out where the meteorite landed so you can send an expedition there. Deploy life support system. So construct a living quarters suitable for operators. So I've got a bit of research to do that. It actually wants us to research the living quarters, right? We'll grab one of those and that's really easy anyway. What else can we get on the social? We'll unlock the rest. Ice processing technologies and license for tender system. Ah, technologies for mining, storing and thermal processing of ice to produce water. Oh my god, it's going to get scary keeping people alive down here. These ones are a game changer here. So module for efficient regolith processing that extracts all types of oxides. So every oxide it'll split out for you. That is really, really good to build a proper factory. I like that. Okay, so the ore detector has been done. It's given me that already, which is nice. So we're going to come into here, grab the ore detector. I'll just pop this by the elevator for now. And we'll get that one wired in. We actually have 12 components, so we should be able to repair that one. Yeah, I'm going to set that to repair. We've got the components anyway, so we can get that done. They should go up and do that. Yep, they're carrying it over. Get that iron in. I don't know if there's a way of getting more drones on the go, though. I'd like that. And I wanted a charge point downstairs, didn't I? So I'm going to get another charging station pretty close by to here as well. We'll get that one built. There we go. Resources are coming in now. We've got the 2 components and a bit of the steel, so just waiting for the rest to go in whilst that research goes. You can obviously set priority on each things as well, which I'm going to do. I'm just going to increase priority on this ore detector to get that silicon in. So a drone will at least work on that permanently. We're getting a nice surplus of iron and stuff in, steel and that as well, as you can see. So it's really good here. And they're building that one in. I'll show you what this is all about. So you click this activate. I know how to do it. So it wants to find a titanium vein. Scan the terrain for titanium to start producing components. So what you do is activate. You have these different cone of areas you can kind of do. I'm going to go there because I think that's... Oh, that's water. We've got water there. You actually need to scan across. It consumes some of your power, be aware. But you can do long scale ones. There it is. There's the titanium. Oh, we've built that up as well. Perfect. We've got a cargo truck. Right, I'll work on this one at first then. And it wants the component factory as well. So we're going to mine out all this. We want to get to this titanium here. A lot of mining happening. All right, we can send the rover. So we've got Farhad Control Tower. We've got Demolished Structure, Paid Lab, and Unknown Outpost. I'm going to go across to that one. We're going to investigate it. We may as well use the rover whilst it's out. There it is. The hard rock drilling I was telling you about has unlocked here as well. We're going to need this component factory as well. So, oh, do we want the rolling mill? We want the component factory next. We're going to go living quarters then that because it wants us to, build a components factory there, which we don't have the ability to yet. Okay, amidst the desolate landscape, a solitary control tower stands tall. There are no evident signs of damage, yet the structure appears abandoned for quite some time. However, no souls are in sight, nor is the staff rover. You receive plus 200 for 60 days, plus 100. That is so good. That means our research is going to finish way quicker. Lovely. That means we do want to be going out on these expeditions as much as we can then. It looks like we'll send you to investigate further. Running out of power here, though. We're going to need a better power grid if we keep building stuff. So let's get a few more solar panels in. And we'll shift-click those across.
Director, it looks
hello.
like the rover has run out of power. Now, it couldn't beat a turtle in a race, and until the sun is up again, the rover is solar powered.
The rover's solar powered, so there's nothing we can do about that. It'll be stuck out there for now. At least there's no horrors trying to kill me. There we go. We'll get those in. I'm not sure whether we need more battery related stuff here, but we're going to have power problems for a moment. It's going to come back up. We can't get any mining done until that's back in. Oh, it's a good balancing and learning act, isn't it? So we're on to that now. We can build our space station thing. So we've got repeater. Oh my God. Oh, elevator for conveyor belts. Very nice. So we want to go ahead and build a landing pod, right? There it is, the landing platform. Let's be sensible. Let's put this over there. Let's put it near our elevator. So that they can go pretty quick, and then we can get contracts on the go. And that research now done. So we're flying through these because of that extra research that has come in. CPU data center and high voltage power system. I'm going to leave it to do the components factory before we do anything else. And there we go. Batteries can start charging again. We want to make sure their capacity is great. We get nice full batteries before the next one. And that does mean I should be able to go back out and send this bad boy. Yeah, he's back on his way. Cool. Not sure what we do with this cargo truck though. Looks like we can pick the stuff up. I can send that to go pick stuff up as well. Leave the base. Huh. I'll leave it for now. And there's our landing platform. All right. So get access to the tender system. Select a research from the social section, which is this one. So we're going to go license for the tender system. That's a quick research anyway. So we'll finish the components factory and then we'll be good. Power's building up nicely again. We're going to want to keep on top of the batteries for these as we start building stuff out. We really don't want the living quarters to run out of power. That would be disastrous. All right, let's take a look at this life support then. Comfortable personal sleeping space for a single colonist. Oh, look at this. Ice melter, electrolysis. I can't say it. Sorry, guys. Bunk bed. Hydroponic farm. Large hydroponic farm. Mushroom farm. Kitchen. Medical block. Indoor ventilation. Can you see why I said it's very much like Surviving Mars, which is a game I loved, by the way. Very fun. Ooh, hello. Ooh, I'm going to pick salvage machinery for resources. And then the processing one. Components factory is about to complete on research. So that's what we're going to be working on now. So we're going to come into production and components factory here. So from this, so you want the titanium bar. Steel and titanium makes components. Or is that steel and titanium? I reckon it's both. We're not making titanium. It's why we were grabbing this, right? So titanium deposit is here. So we're firstly going to grab the regolith extractor. And we're going to get this... Hoping I can get that way. I can. And then we're going to have a single regolith factory. Like so. And this one is going to be titanium oxide. And we're going to plan this out nicely. Build that. And get that into our grid. Lovely. So we're going to need to use the iron from this one and the titanium from this one to then feed in. So I'm going to do this properly. And we're going to get single resource storage this side. And a conveyor from the titanium, which we need another smelting furnace, sorry. So let's change this. So I'm going to flip this. We're going to have a smelting furnace right there. And then we're going to have titanium. They are smelting titanium. And then we're going to have the storage box coming out of here, like so. And then these two are going to connect up and we're going to make our first factory over here. Obviously, I'll tidy this up as we go along, but main thing is to get this pumping out. So we're going to want, I think we're going to have it, makes sense to build this way, right? And then I can bring the main storage back up. That'll do. And then we're going to conveyor belt from this. So we're going to come out of this one for now. Oh, that's going to be a bit annoying, actually. I'm going to have to come all the way around. All the way around to get into there. That is annoying. Yeah, I don't like that. This is a better idea. I'm going to pop it here. I know this doesn't make sense yet, but it's the only way I can do it with that, because you can't overlap the thingies yet. So I'm going to make sure they're nice and tidy then. And I can go like that. There we go. And then that will process what we need. Look at this recreation tab. I was just taking a look. Large sofa, small dining tables, loads of different stuff. Look at all this. What am I waiting for that one? Oh, we're out of smart concrete. So we've got to wait for the concrete to come in. Very slow. All right, so we've got to go into this room building. I was spending a bit of time trying to figure it out, actually. So build living quarters for colonists. We need to make basically some kind of room for them where we want them to live, right? So we actually want to... I might start it over here. I don't know how big we'll make it, I'll be honest. Let's go with that. And then we're going to want some kind of door. I get a double door. Nah, let's get a single door. There we go. And we will construct that one. I'm going to lower the priority, so I'm going to make sure these have higher. That one's done. I think I need to power these guys in, don't I? Yep. Let's get a utility pole in here. And I should be able to get beds inside once it's built. I'm not sure how many. It looks like you need quite a big living space to actually put the beds inside there, but we'll put one in there. A lone survivor can live in there, right? Just seen this smart concrete factory, so we can actually have use for the slag eventually with that one as well, which is really, really good. I'm just looking through some of this research while we wait for it to kind of go. Some of them are really short like that one. I'm going to go with the drone upgrade. And I'm going to get in another one of these pressing things. It's a little bit slow, so I'm going to get... It is called a pressing module, isn't it? Yep, we're going to get one more pressing module. And I'm going to chuck it kind of next to this one. That'll do. Kind of want to move that power pole, but we want to feed this in. I'm going to have that one high priority. We're going to conveyor from this into there. Looks like we need to get our repairs on the go as well. So a lot of things have been broken, actually. I did see a research for this called automatic repair. Looks like they research together. I didn't realize that if one needs just a blue research layer, it will research it like that one just needs the orange. That's just waiting on green. So it will start to do that one. So once that finishes, this one will kick in. So that's really good. I should probably queue up some of those eventually then. So once that's done, it'll move into that. Perfect. Oh, here we go. Which was damaged. Okay, send the rover and continue preparing for the expedition. So we want to go out. Let's have a look. What's he doing? So we got to set an expedition if we want to grab this stuff from here. 50 aluminium. Takes 2 robots. Ah, so we can sacrifice some of our robots, right? Paid log, lab. We've got... Can I go around the moon? I'm going to go across to that one as well, though. So that's unlocked as a permanent expedition if we ever wanted to go for it. All right, we got our first contract here, Phasm. Okay, future investments, indefinite. So if we... Ah, we got to send 25 titanium plates, get you. So what that'll do is then send them. I get it. So it'll send the titanium plates over. So we'll select them. I'm not going to do it yet, but it will send them so we can finish that contract. A little bit like Satisfactory, I'd say, on that front then. We got the license for tendering. We are now creating components, though. Very, very nice. I'm just wondering why the hell my drones aren't doing anything, though. Have we run out of... got you. So we're feeding them into there. I probably don't want to do too many, so I am going to make sure this isn't doing too much. I'm just going to stop it for a moment. We actually want that iron for our projects here. We've got a bit of repair work to do with the bricks as well. And they need iron to repair that one. So we're held up by this being repaired. There we go. They'll go do it now. Just get rid of that. They were waiting for it all to fill up. So, yeah. All of this broke down and it kind of stopped us. As you can see, that one's doing it now as well. And there we go. We should be able to hammer in some nice bricks now. Or smart concrete. I keep saying bricks. And I'm just looking for anything that will take the green research here. And it makes sense to actually queue one of those up because it will research at the same time. Ah, the rover has this option to locate hidden objects. Scans for nearby area to search for hidden sites. Not sure where we go to allow this. Ah, cargo terminal. There we go. So we want to go to that. And the house is coming up now. Look at this. So we should be able to get a bed in there soon. Let's see if it lets me do it now. It does. Look at this. So we can get our very first bed in. And I'm going to do it. I can fit 2 beds in this one as this really basic house. Look at this. It takes a little bit of aluminium. Did we... we've got some... No, we've got no aluminium. So we can't build the beds until we find that then. So the next thing is to scan for some new ores. I don't want to use too much of our power. There we go. I think it wants us to go to this demolished structure. I think that's the one. So we'll go with that. And research still finishing in the background. I'm doing a lot, by the way, guys. Just queuing up so much stuff. The drone upgrade equips all drones with nitinol alloy wheels, which increase flexibility and strength, increasing their average speed. Wow, let's queue up that. You can start that one. I'm not messing with anything else for the basics at the moment. I think we'll be okay to do one more scan. I think we're going to get... We've got to be careful because of the nighttime. We haven't got that much battery left. We're looking... There's another iron. In all fairness, we can pull aluminium from some of these deposits. 5.4. 2.4. Our rover's over at the spot now. We're going to see what this is all about. There we go. Plus 60 for 90 days on research. In the crater lies a vast storage structure. Got it. It actually wants us to go there, though. You can do a dispatch to scan. So I can set around... I think I've just got to scan around all these little areas. So we actually need a rolling mill, which is a nice and easy one anyway. 3,600. Yeah, rolling mill. So we've got the wheels going at the moment. Rolling mill is how we make the plates to complete that one as well. And we need to focus on getting some kind of silicon here. Now, I'm thinking... Can I grab it from something out here? There's titanium plates we could salvage. And I mean aluminium, not silicon. So we're looking for any that would give us aluminium. It doesn't look like any of these outside would. So that's a lie. I have this here. The research outpost. I'm going to set an expedition. We're going to go pick up resources. Select transport. Cargo truck. We need an expedition center. I want all that. Can the cargo truck pick it all up? I think it can. Fill all. Okay, so we need the expedition center then. And that's how we're going to get that. It's probably the easiest way. I did see that over here. I'm going to cancel everything so it focuses on that. And the sun's back out. We actually need some more solar panels too. But there we have it, guys. That's going to be where I end this one out. So we're currently working on the research to get this expedition control center. And we're going to go pick up the aluminium from that expedition. We could do it ourselves. When I've got more power, I am going to scan around as well. But I hope that gives you kind of a feel for the game. We didn't quite get these built, but we need the aluminium to finish. We've got a really basic factory set up, and we've got this going on the moon. I love it. But as always, guys, thumbs up. Subscribe if you aren't already. Let me know if you want to see more. As always, I hope you have a great day. I'll see you soon.